How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since we've seen each other, and today we're back with another video, kind of improving the Impreza, adding some stuff to it that I've been wanting to add to it for quite a while, fixing a few things on it that need to be fixed. Nothing mechanical yet. That's coming in probably the next couple videos. I got parts on order for that. But this is more just appearance package-wise, which leads me to a few questions that I actually want to ask you guys. Obviously, my Subaru is a 95, so that's the pre-facelift. That's before it got the angled, angry eyes and like the sharper, jaggedy hood and whatnot. What do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer the facelift version, like the 98 to 2001s, or do you prefer the pre-facelift, which is 93 to 97, if I'm not mistaken? Leave it down in the comments below, because right now the current build for the car is honestly going to be the pre-facelift, because that's what it is. So I'm finding like the pre-facelift turbo, or not turbo, but STI front bumper. I got a new grill for it, which is part of today's episode. I apologize that this camera's not that steady. The stand I have for it right now is kind of crap. I see it shaking a bit. But the reason why I'm asking that is because I kind of want to know what you guys want to see. Because if I'm honest, I love the pre-facelift. I love the facelift version. And right now, financially, it would actually be cheaper to get the headlights, the grill, the front bumper, and the hood for the facelift version, because everyone does that, so everyone has that. It would be cheaper to do that and to buy that than it would to literally buy just the freaking turbo hood for the pre-facelift version. And that sucks. Like, I gotta get a pre-facelift version from literally like Japan, and it's gonna be like $1,000, and I got people up in Sacramento that literally some of the full front conversion for like $400. So if I wanted to go facelift version, so that's why I'm asking. What do you guys prefer? What would you rather see? I kind of want to do pre-facelift because keep it original, because not very many people do the pre-facelift, and I kind of want to be one of those very few people that does that. But in today's video, we are going to be installing a few little odds and ends to the Subaru that it definitely needs, along with one rare option that I heard from some people was a Japanese only exclusive, but I heard from some other people that no, you could get it in America, you just had to click the option for it. And I guess not a lot of people click the option for it, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because it's something that in today's modern cars, like with my Fusion over there, that and other modern cars, people take advantage of, and you don't really realize that back in the 80s and 90s and probably before, this was an option, not standard, and that is a tall armrest, right? Simple. Something that you would think, oh, well, every car has armrests, but no, not every car has armrests at all, because if we go up in here and check inside, look at that. I mean, the chair's in the way, but look at that. No armrest. Literally just a small little pocket. I mean, it's not installed right now, but same with the Toyota. No armrest. It was the same exact way for my EG6. It was, I believe, I can't remember if mine, so I know Integras do come with tall armrests, some don't. I think mine had one, or I installed it, I don't remember. But I do know that it wasn't really an everyday thing for these cars. And most cars in the 80s and 90s, like this one, again, these are rare, they're expensive. Since most people end up doing the facelift swap to these cars, they'll take out the frickin' dash, they'll put in the 98 to 2001 dash and center console and all that, which means these things, if anyone does know about them, you get thrown away because no one cares. But since interior-wise, I'm going to keep the pre-facelift, and we're going to decide what we want to do with the facelift on the outside or not, I'm going to keep the original. And a little gas door here, because I'll go over that in a moment. But yeah, very simplistic. Like, nothing too fancy about it. It's just a freaking tall armrest. You got your little coins here, lifts up. It doesn't have a tab, so we're going to have to figure out something for that. But it's got like the little thing here for placing your Japanese cards in and whatnot. I don't know if that's too dark, if my camera's even going to pick that up. There we go, up in the sun. And nice big arm space, or cubby space. But yeah, it's kind of funny that those were not common back in the day. So ain't gonna be too much to this video, just gonna be installing these three parts. These doors here, I said I was gonna talk about this, I'll talk about it right now. This gas door, so I did not know how fragile these damn things are. They are not metal, guys. This is just a chunk of plastic. Most of the time you expect a gas door to be metal. It's metal on the, not that. It's metal on the Toyota, not metal on this. It is plastic. And apparently they break at the hinges. Like every car at the pick and pull has had the same issue. Broken at the hinges here. This one I was able to find, thank God, not broken. However, that little tab right there, all I did was lightly touch that tab when I bought this, and boom, that tab instantly split off. Like, that's how fragile these things are. I had to literally melt it back together with glue, and it's hopefully going to stay, and that's going to be one of the things we install as well. And we move right back to the front of the car. If you guys can see, if the focus happens, there it goes. So since we are currently sticking with the pre-facelift setup for the Subaru Impreza, I am curious, which of these grills do you guys like more? That's the one we're going to be installing today. That's the one that was originally on the car. I don't really like that because this one, I don't know if it's a version 1 or version 2, but it looks too much like a Subaru Outback. Like, it just does not look as nice, at least in my opinion, but it could just be me. I do like the way that one looks. It's just a little bit more open, a little bit more less boxy because of this random kind of U-horn bull-shaped thing right there. Like, if it didn't have that, it would literally just look like that, and that's pretty easy to swap out, so we'll get into that in a moment. But I'm curious, what do you guys think? Do you guys prefer the one that's on it right now, or do you guys like the one that's going to go on it? Alright, so to get these grills off of these Subarus is actually a lot easier than I thought it was. When I was at the pick and pull, I was having the devil of a time. I thought you had to remove the headlight. I thought there was like screws underneath the bumper or something, or inside the bumper behind the grill. It was like the biggest pain in the ass in 100-degree weather trying to get that thing off. And then I saw the holes on the top and was like, you know what? I wonder if you can get access to the pins from up top. And do this with one hand, boom, boom. That's literally all it is. You just stick your freaking screwdriver or stick in that hole, and it pushes down the pin, and then you pull forward, and like that, the grill comes off. Do one more side-by-side comparison before we go in. Like, again, the old style is not god-awful ugly. It just looks way too Subaru Outback for me, and not a fan of that. And just like movie magic, boom, we have the new front grille on. And I'll splice in the picture here to show you what it looked like compared to the old one, like this old nasty freaking Subaru Outback grill, which we don't need anymore, so good riddance to that. I think that makes it look a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. On camera, I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but this is not the same green as this. This came off of a 96 Outback, and it was like, if I can get closer, it might be the same green, I don't know. It's so close, but in person you can kind of see a little bit of a difference. But that could just be because my paint on the car itself is old. Alright, and now probably to the easiest upgrade that we're going to do today, guys. Gas cap. If you're hearing in the background, that's my roommate leaving in his beautiful little SI. But yeah, I still think it's a shocker, guys, that these things are plastic. It's kind of, I don't know. I just feel like that is just a horrible decision on Subaru's part. I don't know why they wouldn't just make these metal. I'm hoping this goes on because the door I got actually came off of a wagon. So I believe it should be the same shape. It should be the same diameter and all that. But we are definitely going to find out together. And guys, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. How this is a failure on Subaru's part. This pin is so tightly in there, and this plastic is so old and brittle. Look at that. It just broke straight off. Just trying to get the pin out of there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna try and glue this bitch back together, kind of like we did for, actually I don't know if I told you about that. Oh yeah, I did tell you about that part. We're gonna see if we can kind of glue the whole bitch back together, just like that part right there. And just like that, guys, with a little bit of patience, a little bit of time, about 30 seconds to be exact, we got it glued back in place, and it looks fine. We're going to let it harden. Obviously, I don't want to really mess with it yet, but the hinge still moves freely. We didn't glue the hinge. We just kind of have the little thing itself glued. So we're going to let that sit. Going to let it stay, and you know what? I'm going to hit it with a little bit of glue right here on camera if I can. Right there. Ba-ba-ba. So it just kind of stays in place even more. You don't really want that bar to move. You just want that moving. And so far, this still moves freely. And we're just going to let that sit. So until that fully dries, we'll probably install it at the end of the video because I am skeptical about that repair. But you know what? This gel super glue tends to work pretty darn nice. It's Loctite. I have no issues with it. I love the gel style because it makes it for easy control, easy application. But let's hop into that. Alright, so it's real easy to gain access to this armrest attachment upgrade. Honestly, it's just held in by 2 screws right there. If you notice, the rear seats are still not in the Impreza because, you know, from the last video, they are right there. And I did actually go back and I resprayed the black. It's all perfect, beautiful. I was able to get almost all of that medium blue crap off of these seats. So honestly, I love the way this looks. I'm not going to keep the tan, obviously, but we'll come back to that in another video where we're gonna give ourselves another try because I feel like if we get the right blue, we can make that work. But for now, we're literally just going to focus on this because this is what matters right now. And just like that, we have revealed the e-brake and it just came off like easily. So I was wrong. There was not just 2 screws, there was 3. But side-by-side comparison, just look at that. Such a big difference with an upgrade that not a lot of people knew about. I want to be honest, I didn't know about it. I was actually searching eBay, looking for like some aftermarket solutions on how to make this into like a high-rise. And then I saw one ad for this, one listing for this, and I couldn't really find anything online other than like one RS forum post about these, and I knew I had to have it. But before we do install it, I actually kind of want to clean up this little area because as you guys can see in the video, it is full of freaking dog fur up in here. It's disgusting. So we're just going to hit it with the towel. We're not going to hit it with the brush. Hey, found a quarter. The barn find's paying itself off already. And is that a packet of soy sauce? What is that? Gum or something, I don't know. Yeah, little automotive archaeology for y'all. But we're just kind of getting rid of some of the nasty fur buildup. Sorry, I didn't realize I was focusing on the camera. But yeah, it's disgusting in here. We're gonna eventually, when we remove these seats, we will hit this thing with a proper full-on scrub and clean. Like, this thing is going to get detailed in the interior one day. You guys will be along for that ride because that may be the day that we start taking out all the panels and, like, you know, painting them black because I don't like the tan interior. But that will be something for another time. For now, just getting some of the dirt out. And that'll be good enough for now, so let's get the new boy in. And just like that, guys, it is installed and in place. I didn't film me reinstalling it because it literally was the exact reverse of installation. Like, down there, I don't know if you guys can see it, if the camera will pick it up, there's a screw hole just like the original one had. There's the screws on the side, both sides. It literally just plugged and played right back in, and look at that fitment. It just looks perfect and beautiful, like it should have been the way, like from the very beginning, honestly. Like, the fact that you have to special order these freaking tall armrests, that's ridiculous. And the fact that almost no one did it, and not many people know about these, so that's really cool. In the future, we're going to fix this crack, obviously, but I also want to try and figure out a way to not replace this top, but, like, you know, foam, like add some layer of foam and leather or something just to, it's hard plastic. I don't like that, but look at all that storage. The card spot, it's just so cool. You still got your coins and just, I love this. I freaking love this. I'm so happy about it. But I do want to modify this to make it a little bit softer because if I'm driving on it, I don't really want to be resting on hard plastic the entire time. So yeah. Alright guys, we're back to the gas cap door, and as you can see, I have the cap screwed in place. The door hinge is moving. It is glued and secured really, really well. So I don't think we should have any issues. But you know what? Just in case, I'm going to put the camera down. I want to install this with two hands, not just one. Because literally just trying to get that pin out snapped off that attachment. And I already went over how fragile these darn things are. They should have been made out of metal, and I really don't want to break this one because these are really hard to find at the pick and pull because they're either already broken or they're gone. So I'll come back to you guys in just a moment. And just like that, guys, we have success. The tab is fully repaired. It's holding in place. The door opens and closes. I already tested it. It does actually pop back open. So you know what? I call that a success. And this is what I was explaining about. Since this gas cap came off the same car that grill did, you can see this is kind of like a beautiful crystallized green, seafoam green. I don't know what you'd call that. But then you see the car itself is just green. So it doesn't matter for now. That's all going to get paid eventually. But yeah, so that'll pretty much wrap it up, guys. So we got a few talking points. We got our gas door on. Those are rare and fragile. That sucks. We got our tall armrest. Again, those are rare, not fragile, just rare. And then we have our, I'm going to call it the version 2 front grille, just because, I don't know, I like it more, and I don't like the other Outback one, but I'll let you guys be the deciders on that one if you like that more. And again, if you guys think I should keep the pre-facelift setup, just bite the bullet, find the hood, find the bumper, or if I should swap over to the facelift version for the more angry eyes and more jagged hood and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, we had a little bit more flops and failures, kind of like always, but you know what? You got to learn. Even if you're an experienced car person, every time you work on a car, you never know what's going to happen. Something can go wrong, something can break, and you just got to be prepared for it. You got to keep a cool, leveled head and just fix it. If it's fixable, it's fixable. Like, it's a car. Almost anything on a car is fixable as long as you throw enough money at it or enough knowledge and know-how, which thankfully we don't have a whole lot of money, but we do have the knowledge and know-how. So that is fixed. That is going to take care of it, guys. Let me know in the comments if you think there's any other upgrades that I should be doing to this Subaru. For the Toyota, we haven't really done a whole lot on that thing yet. It is going to get the Japanese Koki or Zenki front bumper. We're going to get the Japanese rear bumper for it eventually. I actually thought of what I want to do for the Ford Fusion. After we fix all the body panel damage and whatnot on it, that's actually going to become a Natasha car. I don't want to say what kind of Natasha car yet, but that is the plan for that car to stand out and be part of the pack. The next thing for this is actually probably going to be the valve cover gaskets, oil pan, oil change, things like that. But in terms of body, obviously we're going to source the STI rear wing because this little dinky wing just ain't doing it for me for the looks and the design. And interior paint, all that stuff, all that cosmetic stuff is to come eventually, to be determined. Really, it depends on when we find parts, how much we find the parts for, and when we have the time. Because if you guys don't know, in my normal 9 to 5, Monday through Friday job, I'm a general contractor. So a lot of the times during the weekdays, I don't want to be out here working on my cars because I'm just too tired after work. So it's usually the weekends that I have to mess with this stuff. And that's why you guys get kind of like the unorthodox upload schedule that we have. And also, fun fact, we have a pressure washer now in the shop. So we have that. We have all the stuff to do, proper foam canning, proper pre-wash, waxing, all that stuff. That is why the Fusion is looking so beautiful right now, because we tested all the stuff on it. And it just glistens in the sun now from its wax and all that stuff. So these cars will eventually get that. I haven't done it to this car because you guys know it still has the giant hole in the windshield, which we are going to address. I've been trying to find the cheapest place around to do it. People are charging $220 to $250 for that windshield, and that's just, oh man, that is a tough bullet to swallow, especially when, like, I can buy the STI wing for that price. I can buy the front STI bumper for less than that price. The hood, not so much. If I want to stay with the pre-facelift hood, we're looking at a cool, at least almost $1,000 for that, which is not fun. I mean, hell, I can buy, well, no, I can't buy the Japanese Koki or Zenki bumper for that. Never mind. But yeah, so before I keep rambling on, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you like to see all the different stuff we do to these cars. Yes, we kind of fail every now and then. We break parts along the way, but we fix it. We get it going. That's part of an adventure, right? You never know what's going to happen. You just kind of have to have fun with it. But like I say, guys, every broken car is an adventure, so stay dirty out there and have fun with your cars. And remember, if you break it, someone can fix it.